ExactTrack 4D constantly scans for new threats in your neighborhood, alerting you faster than ever when severe storms are heading your way.
Wind. What you think about that there? It's looking kind of misty and hazy there as that wind picks up. You can see the yellow flags that are still out there with that moderate risk for rip currents, but some rideable surf. Yeah. Thunderstorms are flaring to the south, so we could be seeing some of the outflow there from a large batch of thunderstorms into St. Johns County. So let's start here local, and I'll take you back out to the tropics. I'll start with the thunderstorms that are currently moving. Yeah, those look like they might be just to the south around Ponte Vedra. You can see the other little line that's moving over the beaches right now. Gusty winds coming along with this and frequent lightning. I mean, we're talking about up to, what was it, 140 at one point, 150, and then back down to about 90 lightning strikes. Let me go ahead and hit the brakes here to show you where it currently sits. As far as Jax Beach and what we're seeing, it does look like most of this is part of the sea breeze coming through, so the onshore winds that we're seeing there at Jax Beach. Meanwhile, as we head south, moving just offshore here from Ponte Vedra, this is not going to last all night long. If you've got plans, the jumbo shrimp won last night, so there is the big game tonight. I mean, this is it, the best 3 out of 3. So somebody wins tonight's moving on. The showers and the thunderstorms, just since I'm talking about it, downtown over to Talleyrand, of course, over the South Bank right now, is looking quiet as we got the earlier start here, thanks to those thunderstorms coming in off of the Gulf Coast sea breeze, and then here interacting with the Atlantic sea breeze for some heavy rainfall. And it's a good thing that we did for your neighborhood yesterday, because if we were down there right now, we would be getting quite the soaking and some of the gusty winds that's moving along with it. And all those lightning strikes, yeah, we would have had to absolutely fold up shop here. And I would recommend the same anywhere from, say, US 1 and back out to the Isles here with the even highway, the 312 bridge, and then heading over into Anastasia. You know, you hear the rumble of thunder. When the thunder roars, you go indoors, especially if you're beachside, you try to get somewhere safe, and that might just be hot-footing it there over to your car. We're not done yet for areas around Saybrook and DuPont. Some of those heavier thunderstorms still have to come through, and then those will be moving over to areas here around Cedar Landing coming up in about a 25-minute window. All right, let's get to where all the questions come, and that is what is going on in the tropics. And folks, there's a lot developing here. We're starting to see really clear signs of that rotation. I mean, this is coming together, and the potential is a slow forming storm, a slow moving storm, and then Umberto becoming a major hurricane, and then the potential here for Imelda as it starts to take shape. So here's where we left off with the Euro and the GFS. And as the storm, let me go a little bit closer here to where we get into the northern Bahamas, and you see where the color in white, so this is the GFS that's saying, hey, listen, we could start to see some tropical development late Saturday into Sunday. Now, we do have that frontal boundary that will be moving offshore. So that's one of the bumpers. The other thing that we're going to see here in all of the paths, including that of Umberto, are going to have more of a little westerly tilt to it. So if you think and you kind of take that in mind and watch as these two move, not so much in concert here because Umberto is going to be so much slower, but it looks like we have, because of this bumper here, we have the potential for the storm to come up, install just south of the Carolinas, do a little loop-to-loop, and then follow what will ultimately be the path here from Umberto as it continues to develop into the major hurricane here around Bermuda. And notice where it starts to turn and move away. And here's where that loop-to-loop kind of comes in. It moved to the north here because I was moving the map, but you saw where it starts to pull away, basically taking what will be Imelda at that time and pulling it behind. As far as the intensity, this is Umberto. We're already there. We're seeing it in the model data with the Category 3. Now, what you'll see in the next intensity forecast is minus the blue line because the National Hurricane Center does not have a track on that yet. Once the National Hurricane Center does, then we'll see that track developing. But right now, between 72 and 96 hours would be the development of a potential tropical storm and then strengthening as it moves away from the Bahamas. Finally, Friday, we've got some soaking rain today. We've got more coming through into that Friday forecast, so we'll just make it an 8 here as our temperatures will return closer to the seasonal trend. The impact here with the showers and storms, and I'll take the shrimp off here because tonight, hopefully they win and then they'll continue. But we've got the 50-50 shot on Saturday. Those numbers coming down on Sunday, and it's a trend that continues slightly unsettled and seasonal temperatures as we could be tracking the tropics next week. Tart?
Richard, thank you.